Hi everybody, welcome to chair yoga. I hope you guys are doing okay at home. For a while there, some of this stuff was, oh yeah, well maybe, and what if? So I guess the what ifs are over, and I hope you guys are staying home, staying in small groups. I hope that you're finding ways to occupy yourselves. I was reading one person's Facebook the other day, and God bless you, Kathy. You had gone from reading for breakfast to reading through lunch to reading on the porch to yes. So awesome. Let's do all the things that we've put off. Clean the closets. Yes. Ugh. Take all the donations and put them in a pile somewhere. Might not be a good time to actually drive them over there, but find those things. Start working the flower beds. Start seeds in the house. Might not have done that in a couple of years, but maybe start some seeds. Maybe learn how to make bread. There are things that most of us have just put off because we've been busy. So I hope that you all are doing well and that you're still finding little sparks of light hanging about in your little shiny little souls. They could be really big souls. So I drew a card before we started, and I've gotten this card 3 times in 4 days. So I'm thinking that it wants to come to you guys as well. It needs to come to the surface. So it says, to secure a place in the sun, plants stretch and grow toward the sunlight. Even though they are fixed in place, they actively avoid the shade cast by other neighbors and reach purposefully for the light. Beneath the surface of the earth, they extend themselves in the search for waters and nutrients. The plant's roots are positioned with as much care and determination as their light-chasing leaves. All that they reach for is transformed into growth, and this growth makes them strong and fruitful. Even in the darkness of caves, subterranean tunnels, and ocean trenches, life is trained towards sustenance. The urge towards that which will nurture and enrich you is instinct. It is natural. It is life. Position yourself toward all that is affirming: words, foods, activities, hobbies, songs, images. Grasp for goodness now. Grow beyond the shade and be fruitful. Remember, a seedling doesn't grow beyond the canopy overnight. It gets there by consistently seeking the light that is just out of reach. The beauty of teaching seniors, and predominantly people over the age of 40, is that you get to work with people who know how to stretch for the light. You know that you haven't become the strapping giant tree, overnight. It's taken you 50 years, 60 years, some of you 70 and 80 years. You've developed the patience that it takes. So maybe the goal is for you guys to stretch out to others, not to increase the amount of drama, but use the wisdom that you've developed over the course of the years to reach out to those who are struggling, to those who don't know what to do. Because you guys planted those seeds 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago. Their seeds, their roots, their branches, they may still be stretching for the light, and they need the help. So we're going to stretch for some more light today. I do have to say that you need to check with your medical professional before you start any movement program. This particular class is a seated yoga class. It's meant for just about anybody. If you happen to be a person who is seated almost all the time, do the arm movements, do as much of the foot and knee movements as you can when we go to stand up. Do the arm movements, do the breath work, twist through the spine space as well as you can to increase the mobility that you do have and strengthen up all around that skeleton. So if it's okay for you to proceed, we're going to take a big deep breath together. Inhale. Exhale. That's the yoga right there. 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, it started with breath work. Breathe it in again. Sigh it out. And then take the time to make each breath a little longer than you would normally, and each out breath a little longer than you would normally. And continuing with that elongated breath pattern, roll your sits bones a little more firmly into your seat, making sure that you've chosen a sturdy chair. When you press down into the sits bones, make sure that, like the branches of a tree, the crown reaches up toward the light. As the belly draws in slightly and your breaths continue to elongate, know that you're making space, especially space in the gut for those nutrients that you've eaten to travel. You know that you're making space in the body for all the changes that may come. And with each giant breath, you're deepening your own connection with yourself. Give yourself 2 more nice deep breaths. Being patient. As humans, we tend to only use about 1/3 of our lung capacity at any given time in the day. Our deepest breaths are taken first thing in the morning and last thing right before we go to sleep. Next time you breathe in, let that right shoulder rise. Pull it up by the ear, open the ribs, and then put that arm back down. Let the left shoulder rise with the breath. Now, you guys at home, you do this at your own pace. If you have a shoulder injury, that breath takes it back down. Work with your body as it is. Rise with the right. Exhale it back down. Rise with that left shoulder. Bring your soul with it. Dislodge it. Let it start to sparkle. Right shoulder one more time. Lift. Maybe even lean over just a little. And then like a rubber band, you'll go back to place. And then left shoulder. Reach. Maybe give it a little bend. Oh, that feels so good. And then release. And then this time, the right elbow is going to rise with it. Check in with the shoulders. The shoulders may not be particularly happy about that. Then take that right hand down, lean forward, reach for the left shin or the left ankle. Give yourself a nice big deep breath into your back space. Breathing it in. Exhaling it out. And then this time, when that elbow starts to rise, press down into the left leg, pull the elbow up, and then watch the fingertips as they travel up. Now, if that's not a good angle for your neck, let your gaze come back down toward your right knee or just across the room. Take one more deep breath. Boy, y'all know me. Big, deep breath. 100% human. And then let that right arm slide down like it's full of molasses. Left side, here we go. Left elbow rises. We'll open those ribs as best we can, and then we dive those fingertips down toward the shin or the ankle. Grab on, and then expand the back. Now, leaning this far forward for some folks might be difficult, so maybe you've got to lean toward the knee. You could do this video every day for a month and slowly measure your progress, and maybe you get a little closer. Next time you breathe in, the elbow starts to rise. We watch the fingertips as they come up, and then boom, like a beautiful flag in your own little Idaho. You look up if you can, or else keep that head at neutral. Breathe in, stretch a little more, and then exhale that hand down. Big breath in and out. And now that we've made the space that we've needed to make, just in the rib area, we're going to slowly walk those ankles closer together. We're going to walk the tuchus a little closer to the edge of the seat. Don't get bucked off the horse, not a rodeo. Ankles come close together. Pin your knees together. Literally pull them together with the strength of your inner thighs. Take your left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Right hand sweeps down and back. And like Annie Oakley on her horse, we're going to shoot off the back of the horse, a couple of tin cans across the arena. We breathe it in. We breathe it out. Next time you breathe out, that hand sweeps forward, reaches across to the other side. We lift, we twist, and this side is for the guys. Roy Rogers, here we go. Got to do all the good things. And then we should all sing like Gene Autry or Patsy Cline. Breathe it in. Home, home on the range. And that arm sweeps down and through. We take the left arm across the right and then slide the arms across. So in yin yoga, you lay down on your belly and do this, and you slide your arms away, and you put the weight of your upper body across your arms. In chair yoga, we do it thusly. So you're trying to get your elbows to walk apart as much as you can, and then take 3 breaths in between the collarbones. Expanding the front of the chest in order to expand the back. And those of you that have taken yoga from me for a long time, you also know that this is like the pneumonia buster, because we're doing weightlifting with our diaphragm muscle. Strengthening our breathing apparatus. And then we're going to slide up. We're going to pull our elbows up and back. We're going to bring our cactus arms up. And when we do, plant those sits bones. We're going to lift the right knee. If you just roll the heel up, that's fine. We're going to lift that right knee and flex that right foot as best we can. And then we're going to work toward lifting and crossing that leg. Now, for those of you that had to reach down and do this jobby, God bless it. Keep it up. Lift, breathe, and then we're going to fold forward, grab at those shins, tuck your nose in close to your kneecap like a little wee bird going to sleep. We have 3 of those in the house right now, so I get to watch this on a daily. But Ori's got her nose way down in there in the kneecap. If your body doesn't want to do that today, don't force it. You may just have a little curl and a breath or 2 into the back. Inhale. Exhale. And then when you're ready, that 3rd exhale leaves that 4th breath in, lifts you back up with those cactus arms. That leg comes up and over the top, plants. And then this time we take those arms down, right arm across left this time. Walk those elbows across over the thighs. I'm sure that sounded great on the mic as I crushed it with my arm. I apologize. I don't do retakes. But Ori's got those elbows walked as far apart as she can, and then every breath she tries to use to spread the collarbones means that that breath is really, really deep, because now my diaphragm muscle is trying to press down into a compressed abdominal wall, which then means I got to be really strong to move it. But then at the same time, those lungs are filling and stretching the back. One more breath in, breath out, and then sliding up, taking those arms up into cactus position. Sits bones nice and planted. Press the right foot down to let the left knee rise. 2nd verse, same as the 1st. If you need to hold on to that left leg to get it to cross, or you need to cross at the ankles instead, that's up to you. Breathe it in. And then grab on, round it down. And breathe. And while we're here, we're going to think about things like the light. And where are your sources of light? You know, the type A people and the left brain people just looked up at the light bulbs in their room. I love it. The creative side go, ooh, the light in my life. You know, we went all dreamy. Perfect. So whatever the light means for you, where is it coming from? And are you absorbing it all and not sharing? Or can we absorb and use ourselves as a reflection? Like the young people in the world right now that might be kind of scared and need to pull on the wisdom of the older folks. Breathe it in, roll it up, let those arms open. Take that top leg off, step it wide, right leg steps wide. Those cactus arms dive in toward the thighs, the shins, the ankles, or the floor. If you're super flexible, reach way out. My fingertips may have gone out of the screen if I reached far enough. But if not, you could put your hands on the floor. You could also put a box or a pillow down here. You could also just use the thighs. Any types of movements that are soothing movements to you, make those. Your hips are tight today, make all the movements. We don't want to scare those body parts. Yep, Ori's got her rocking and rolling going on. I'm just showing the modified version. One more big breath in. And then wherever your left hand is, pull it into something that seems like center, whether it's on the floor. If the elbow needs to come to the thigh instead so that you can keep the heart right over the left hand, beautiful. That right hand is going to peel up, spinal twist. So the one that Ori's doing is a more extreme twist. You might want to try it and then decide whether it's for you or not. The one with the elbow, I now have the elbow to be able to press down and move those ribs. When I move those ribs, I loosen up the diaphragm muscle and I stretch my intercostals, aka your spare ribs. That's what the aliens will call them when they come down to the planet. Oh, breathe in. Breathe out, roll that hand down, replace the one and lift the other. So in chair yoga, we don't make a lot of jarring movements. We will do some transition work here in just a bit where we're going to move from one posture to the other. But I want you to make sure that you use the transition time that you need. I do this very hatha style a lot of times where you get one posture and then you just go and do the other on the other side. Big breath. And then take that hand down. And then take the hands to the ankles. And then the thighs, and then roll yourself up, and then like you're shaking out a beach towel full of sand, let your collarbones come forward, shake out the sand, and then roll back up, getting ready to shake it again. And then one more time, roll it up, shake it. Last time, let that heart shine. Where is your light? What does that even mean to you? Roll it up. Walk the feet a little closer together. And then take the hands and actively press them into the thighs. So with a camera angle, you may not actually be able to see, but usually when we're close together in class, you guys kind of get it when I do this. So if I just place my hands here, I have to press up and use my abdominal wall to pull in toward my spine to get me to straighten up. But if I take my hands and I press down, I now have more available muscle structure to hold up my thoracic cavity. So I want you to press down. That's going to light off the lats here. It's going to make us a little bit taller. And with the press down, think about your right hand. Keep it pressed down, press it down, press it down, press it down. Now keep it pressing and lift the right thigh. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Left hand, don't forget about it. We're still pressing. Transverse abdominis muscles, aka your pee in your pants muscles. Those of us that have had kids, we know what it's like. So hip bone to hip bone, we want to make sure that those muscles are lighting off. I know I'm talking a lot. 3, 2, 1. Put it down. Let the spine round. Grab onto those kneecaps. Drop your chin in toward the hollow of the throat. I'm so glad Ori's here. Because, you know, when I stop and I talk and I use my hands and all that stuff, she's still over here just like, getting her yoga on. And then pull the collarbones up out of the sternum. Press the hands down. Again, make sure the side of the body latches on. Press that left hand down, left hand, left hand, left hand, left hand. Then the left leg lifts. So you're using the compression between the thigh and the hand to create all of this core strength. Core strength, AKA fighting osteoporosis. It is harder as we get older to fight osteoporosis in the thoracic cavity. It just is. We don't do a lot of weight bearing. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. One more time. Hold it. Oh yeah. Find it. Right hand still pressed down. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And put it down. Grab those kneecaps. Tuck it in. Spine goes toward the back of the chair. Inhale. Exhale. And then roll it up. And just feel. While you breathe, notice the pace of the mind at this point. Has it settled a little? Our listening ears on, our feeling body becoming more aware. Who's running the show? Lord knows I got an email this morning. Never thought I would get in a million years. And yet I got it. You guys at home have gotten those similar phone calls, similar emails. When we were younger, we did all the freaking out. As you get older, you go, okay. And then your light still shines around it. Because I can either shut down, oh, I'm isolated, oh, this, oh, you know, or, you know what? It's going to happen anyways. I'm going to shine. So figure out where your shining is starting in your upper body, and then lift those cactus arms up. And wherever you're shining from in your body, let's say it's your heart space. Awesome. You're a loving person. Let's say it's your sense of self. You know yourself. Let's say it's your emotions, because everybody else's emotions have been riding high, and you're that person that's able to take it and ground it down a little bit and say, hey, let's all find another emotion to work on right now. Maybe it's your grounding point down here. Those arms, they might get a little tired, but maybe we can pull the shoulder blades a little closer together in the back. So find where it is that you shine from and start this next posture there. We're going to roll the heels up. We're going to take a big deep breath into that shiny space. And when we breathe out, we're going to tick-tock back about 2 inches until that abdominal region grabs on. And we just hang out and feel it. Oh, we feel it. It's so good. It's mine. I made that. I ate food over the course of my life, and I made that. Ori made all that from food. Make you think about what you eat next. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Roll the heels down. Turn the hands in toward each other. Reach up as high as you can. Then tick-tock forward a couple of inches. So this is weightlifting for the upper back and the mid back. Just reaching up and forward. Now, if you've got compromised spine, I'm winking at you know who that knows who I'm talking about, you. If you have a compromised spine, you may not want to take it so far forward. It's going to take practice and it's going to take time. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Lift, reach with the hands. The right hand is going to come down, and then I'm going to lean away with those left fingertips, and I'm going to use the lean to pull this right shoulder away from the right ear. And I breathe, and I shine from my left armpit. And then I tick-tock back up through center. That right arm comes up. The left hand comes down to the seat of the chair. Grab underneath and lean away. Pull those shoulders down. As anybody knows, if you've been stressed at all in the last, 50 years of your life, it's going to show up in a couple of places. Your lower back, the tops of your shoulders, and the corners of your jaw. Clenched teeth. So unlock the jaw. Breathe it in. Breathe it out, lift it up, both hands rise. And then once again, spinal twist. We're going to take that right arm back and that left arm grabs the outside of the right foot. And we try to drop the arm over the back of the chair. So think about that space you want to shine from again and see if you can lift up and around it so that the shine might bleed into another part of the body. Ooh, so that maybe we'll be a little brighter, a little wiser. Yes, I heard that comment. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And then back up through center we go. Control the arms as they go up, even if it looks just like this. Through we go. Right arm comes down. Left shoulder pops a little bit as it drops across the back. So your head's going to go wherever it needs to go. Ori likes to look way over her shoulder. She's got a nice flexible neck. If you've been in a couple of car accidents in this lifetime, I would always suggest leaving your head right at neutral, dropping the shoulders down. One more breath. And then find that shiny spot. Lift up and away from the shiny spot as the arms come up. Start to glow as you pick up your right leg and move it out at 90 degrees. We're going to take our right elbow down and reach the left fingertips out and over. So when we do this as safely as possible. Hip replacement, maybe not a good idea. Maybe I'm just going to hold here and I'm going to do a nice 1980s stretch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Should I put my head mic on? Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Now that left leg can extend out if that's safe, or it can sneak out to the side. And now we've got full apple picking posture with the weight off. If that's too much for your pelvis, too much for your spine, then lift it up and move away from it, or make your legs do what they need to do. One more breath here. We're going to cartwheel up into warrior two arms. So the chest faces the front of your room. The arms come parallel. So you may need to look at your arms, because what happens is a lot of time as we get older, we lose a little bit of proprioception with our other body parts. So I think they're level with the floor, and this one back here is kind of doing breathe. And then sweep that left arm down and through, lifting little warrior one. So if I'm in my modified warrior one, I've simply got 2 bent legs. Ori's got her beautiful reach on. Make this as big as you want. Because the thing is if you were to pick up and pull out of that chair, you'd be in a really low warrior one. And a lot of us don't need to do that to our hips. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. The arms come down to the right thigh. That back leg slides in to meet. So now I've got my right cheek on the chair. I'm going to take my right arm over the back of the chair. Yep. And then I'm going to take my left arm up into the air. Yep. Cow person style. And then I'm going to lift my left knee. There we go. So for those of you that are really flexible, you may want to reach down, grab the back of the leg. You may want to grab the toe. You can add anything that you want to this. You got one more breath. And then that left leg comes down, the left arm comes down, yogi hokey pokey to the center, and take yourself 2 breaths. One more time. All right, yogi hokey pokey, and you turn yourself about. All right, so left leg goes out first. Beautiful. So make sure that your feet are nice and planted and your spine is nice and long. First, you feel really secure in what you're doing. You're not hanging off the edge of the seat over here. Your knees aren't driving over your toes. We're going to take that left elbow down. We're going to reach that right arm up and over. So for those with shoulder issues, I might want to keep my hand on my hip back here as my derriere tries to hang out of my pants. Roll the shoulder back and just open the chest. Shine. How can you shine in this yoga posture? you want to take this one step further, you can stretch that heel out and let the heart come forward. You can stretch that leg back. You could reach all the way up and over. So more advanced version, Ori's got going on. If I'm not feeling it today and I just want to lean in, there you go. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Then we're going to come up into warrior two arms. So that top arm is going to level out. The body is going to come up. I've got either my modified warrior going on, but I look at my arms because proprioception, if I've got a real, a stress tendency in this shoulder, I'm probably back here lifting this shoulder and I don't even know it. So I try to level it off, breathe it in, breathe it out. That right hand sweeps down and through. Warrior one, run. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And if you can keep the arms up, awesome. We're going to try to pull that right leg in and toward. That left arm is going to go over the back of the chair. That hand is going to stay up or rise if it's not already up. And then that right knee is going to lift. If you want to reach down and grab the toe and stretch out, or the back of the thigh and you need to support, please do all the things. Modify, modify, modify. Inhaling, exhaling. We release on the next breath out, putting that down. Come through center, hands on thighs, and then give yourself some circles. Sometimes the body needs soothing motions after it goes through some of the larger movements, in order to let it know that all is well. One more time around, and then pause, go in the other direction. And then when you sit up through the middle, next time, find that spot that shines for you and bring somebody into mind that could use some of that light. We don't want to give light until we have nothing left to give from. As a yoga instructor, I'm very acquainted with that. We can't give from an empty cup. We give enough, because if we give too much, then that bad word, enabling. Nobody likes that word. All right, come on, let's just own it. You enablers out there, wave at the camera. Come on. When we enable, the person we're enabling never learns. We know that. When we enable, we give too much of our light away. Then we end up giving from an empty cup. So, shine. Build the fire. Shine. Stoke it up. Come on. And then think about that person again. Offer them some light. Breathe into that offering. And know that all is well. All right. We're going to take ourselves up to standing, walk around behind the chair. If you need to just move your chair, move your chair. If standing is not your gig, then do all the arms and the breathing and the face yoga and all that stuff. So we're going to stand up. We're going to walk around behind our chairs. Well, I'm going to slide mine forward a couple inches so I don't stick my big old foot through the wall. And I'm going to place both hands on the back of the chair. I'm going to walk my feet away from the chair, I don't know, 20 centimeters, 14 inches, something like that. And then I'm going to bend my elbows outward and tip into the back of the chair until I feel my hamstrings. Now, for those of you that are really used to doing a lot of workouts with me, and then you haven't been a lot, or you've exchanged things for daily walking, like a little more excessive walking, your hamstrings might be talking to you right now. If you haven't been doing squat, the retraction of those hamstrings is going to tell you all about the backside. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Press in. Firm up your grip on the back of the chair. If you've got a really high back chair, it's not going to work so well. You might want to go to the back of the couch, or maybe the countertop in the kitchen. Just turn me up really loud so you can hear the directions. We're going to take our right foot, we're going to step it into the center line of the chair. We've got our hands planted, but not all of our weight on the chair. The elbows are going to bend the same way. We're going to lift the leg out behind us. And then here's what happens with my body. My upper back wants to take over, so my toes turn out. That's not what I'm looking for. I want those toes to turn down so that the pelvis is parallel with the floor. My shoulders are parallel with the seat of the chair. You can also put your hands in the seat of the chair. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Press, pull the knee in to the back of the chair. Drop your forehead in, kind of like if we were doing cat and cow on the floor, and then we pulled one knee in toward the forehead. Breathe it in. When you breathe out, put that foot down, stand it up, lift the arms, shine. Oh yeah, there you go. Just found home. That's how we shine. That's how we become a beacon unto our community. We give, but we don't give it all. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands back into the back of the chair. Right foot plants center line of the chair. That left leg comes up behind. We bend. We've got support from the chair. Now, if you're white knuckling it on the back of that chair and that chair flips up, that's a nose job. Nobody wants to go into the hospital right now. No copays because of chair yoga. None. But we stretch and we bend and we try not to lock out that standing leg. And then on the next breath in, we press, we pull the knee in toward the back of the chair. We round down into it and we cause this transverse abdominis muscle down here to turn on. Breathing it in. Breathing it out. When we exhale, we put that foot down, ground down to lift the branches toward the sun. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your right toes, turn them out. Step just beyond the edge of the chair. Step your left foot back. Drop your arms parallel to the floor. Turn the palms down if you can. If you need to take cactus arms, please do. And then we're going to turn the palms forward. We're trying to do this all, in little uniform motions. Then take that right hand, drop it down toward the knee. A little triangle posture. There we go. So, modified triangle. I'm not stepping that far in this lifetime. Modified triangle. You can have the arms up and down. What you're doing is you're taking that upper body weight and you're turning on these muscles over here. When those muscles turn on, they pull on the bones, fighting osteoporosis. Here we go. Lift those arms back up and in, and then drop the left hand, reach up and back. This is more of a stretch, but yes, we have muscles that are going to turn on. See if you can't flex both quads so that the kneecaps rise, so that we're not compromising any joints. And the quads need a little work. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Those arms level off on the floor. Turn the right toes in. Turn the left toes out. An invitation to your life starts here. Palms forward. Flex in whatever fashion you decide you need to go. Invitation to life. Yeah, if you got an invitation to your own life, would you RSVP yes or would you RSVP no? Ooh, that's actually a philosophical question that I don't know that a lot of people want to deal with right now. Lift up through center, arms level, and then we tip back. I think we should all RSVP yes with at least one guest. We want to invite more people to life, more people into the light. Come on, you guys, the Pied Pipers of our communities. Invite people into the light. Breathe it in. breathe it out, level it off, turn the left toes in, grab the back of the chair, walk as wide as you dare. Take those forearms, put them on the back of the chair, and then just a little bend, side to side. There we go. Shaking it, shaking it. Stretching through inner thigh, a little sartorius muscle in there. For some of you, you went just like this. And that is perfectly fine. Just shake what your mama gave you. That's it. And then I want you to say one positive thing in your head to yourself about what your mama gave you back there. You might need to rephrase that. Come on, let's keep it positive. Keep it light. And then come through center. Press up and away. Walk the feet back together. If you need hands on the chair, keep hands on the chair. We're going to take those right toes. We're going to turn them out. And then here we go. Cosmic Captain Morgan. That right thigh is going to come up. Left hand lifts if it can. Right hand lifts if it can. If it's not going to lift in this lifetime and that toe needs to stay on the floor, whoo, Cosmic Lady Liberty right there. Breathing it in. She got a light. Let it shine. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. The leg comes down. Everything comes in. See if you can, if the back of the chair is low enough, if you can walk the hands a little further, and then what I call the Betty Boop. Bend and straighten. And let that pelvis do the talking. Stretching through piriformis muscle. I love my people. They're like, oh, there goes Caroline with her anatomy stuff again. I love anatomy. Love it. Love it. And then straighten both legs. Here's the kicker. See if you can leave your left foot on the ground, your right heel on the ground, and pick up your right toes. Or even the ball of the right foot. Oh, feel that in the calf. If you're up here on the back, your toes. Inhale, exhale, and switch feet. Oh, we've been trading out a lot of our cardio for walking every day. Oh yeah. That's my long leg. It's been taking a toll from all the extra walking. And I'm loving the extra walking. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. That foot rolls down. Bend the knees. Slide up to the back of the chair. Bring it up. All right. Cosmic Captain Morgan, other side. The left foot turns out. We lift as best we can. We leave the toe on the floor. We don't go into Pride and Prejudice here. None of that. No 1800s era novels. You lift if you can. You don't if you don't. Right hand rises. Left hand does if it can. If you are an advanced yogi and you want to reach down and grab that toe for Udita Hastasana B, go right ahead. If you're going to hold here, hold here. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. We got to put it down before Ori cusses my name. Put that leg down. Slide it forward one more time. Either back of the chair, seat of the chair, and then give it that Betty Boop again. Ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, 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 da, da, ba, 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 da, da. Oh, wait, this is going to be fun. Hold on, hold on. Start spreading the news. Leave your left hand where it is. Bend your right knee and roll that right hand up. That's missing a fun. That right hand rolls down. Bend the left knee. Left arm goes up. I know all the words when the song's on. Can't remember them now. Put it down. Bend both knees. Let the arms come up. Start spreading the light. Da, da, da. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Hands come down into the belly or the heart or the prayer. Maybe the hands need to come into where you're shining your light from. Inhale. And exhale. Nicely done. All right, slide back into your chair. I'm going to turn my chair forward. Plant yourself nice and square. Come to the forward edge of the chair and then lean the shoulder blades back and in. Fingers interlace over the belly. Drop the chin into the hollow of the throat. Feet plant nice and firm. Ankles under knees, preferably not one of these jobbies. Breathing it in. Breathing it out. Yes, Kathleen, bane of your existence. I love you. Walk the ankles together. Right ankle comes up on top of left thigh. I do this with all the love and kisses that I have. Well, they have to be cosmic at this point. I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to shoot them forward. I'm going to shine my light first, then I'm going to lift through my collarbones, reach up overhead, and then crumple over that shin. So Ori's going advanced. We call this the cheetah hanging over the branch. That's the branch. She is the cheetah. This is the, oh God, why did you put this in class? I get it. I do. Oh, I love you though. Shake it if you need to shake it. If you need it down here, have it down here. Give it a little shake. Lean it in. Don't lean it in. Inhale. Exhale. And then exit the way you went in. Hands sweep up. Shoulder blades slide back. Touch down on the back of the chair. Hands come back down to the belly. Uncross. Yes, just get it over with. Recross. Now, if you had to like hoist the sails, perfect. If you're still at the ankle or the shin, perfect. All right. You got your light. I want you to gather the light up in your hands. For those of you that are energy healers, Reiki practitioners, put a little woo in those hands. Do it, do it. It's going to be good, okay? Because you're going to throw it at me and I'm going to throw it at you. All right, y'all ready? I got it all gathered up. I'm going to send it out. Hands come forward like just cosmic sparkly light. And then we're going to lift, we're going to rise, we're going to engage, we're going to shine unto the world, and then we're going to slide forward in whatever manner works for you. I have fuzz from my socks all over my feet. I bet y'all thought I don't wash my feet. Sorry. One more big breath. If this is your idea of something horrible somewhere between driving nails through your hands and, oh, I don't know, fingernails on a chalkboard, come out. Modify. Do something different. If you're suffering, you're choosing to suffer. Oh, second truth bomb. Whew. It's been a tough class. It's bad when I hand out more than one truth bomb. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Exit the way you went in. Shine it. And then roll it back. Hands down to the belly. Release that leg. Give yourself some butterfly wings. All right. And then from here, it's player's choice. We've now come nearly to the end of class. I'm going to play our big heart bowl that was gifted to us by our lovely teacher, our Reiki teacher. She wanted it to go to a good home. Oh, it's got a home with lots of little friends. So Ori's going to find her comfort space. She's going to either bring her gaze into a soft focus or she's going to close her eyes. The feet are going to plant in the best way that works for her. If she wants to lean into the back of the chair, she can. And then start with the feet from the floor up. Look for tension in the soles of the feet. If you find any, breathe into it and sigh it out. Move up into calves and knees. And if there's anything there that doesn't suit, breathe into it. Sigh it out. You might have to sigh more than once. Move up into thighs, hamstrings, and hips. See what's there that might need a breath. Move into pelvis, belly, sternal region. Low back, mid back, between the shoulder blades. Breathe into anything that catches your attention, anything that might be blocking your ability to shine. Now the next breath in is going to draw the shoulders up by the ears. And we're going to consciously exhale them back down. And then breathe into them. Notice if they've been holding. Move through the upper arms, the elbows. Breathe into any of these spaces that need you. Yeah, you ever think about your body needing you? I think about other people needing me. I don't often think about my body needing me. Check in with forearms, wrists, knuckles, all places where arthritis likes to show up. Breathe into each joint if you need to. Any space that's going to block your shine. And then check in with the jaw. Loosen the bottom teeth from the top teeth and pull the tongue down from the roof of the mouth. That's a stress response. Breathe out across the surface of the tongue in between the teeth. You say, oh, I was just concentrating. Well, what were you concentrating on? Hopefully you were concentrating on your body needing you. And then loosen the skin around the eyes. And find the place right between the eyebrows and maybe half an inch up where the third eye lives. And notice if there's any tension in that space. It's the space that we trip into when we start trying to connect with all that is. Connecting with God, our higher selves, our guides, our angels. Those that we believe watch over us and protect us. Is there a blockage of any sort? And if so, breathe into it and sigh it out. Just let your body be. As we turn on the light just above our heads that connects us to our higher self. That space where there is no space and where there is all space. Feel the heaviness of the feet and the lightness of the space above the head. Shine and call on those that help you shine. Inshallah. Shalom. Any word that binds you with your higher self. Whatever shows you your truth. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. We'll end as we always do with 3 deep breaths and sound. We Om. You can Amen. You can Shalom. You can do whatever you want. As long as it brings you peace. Or it lights your light. Or it helps you through the hard times. Feel it all. Every little piece of it. Feel it with love. Belly, ribs, and collarbones. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into the ribs a little higher. Breathe it in. From our home to yours, from our hearts to yours. We love you, we honor you, and we are grateful for your presence. Thank you, Ori. Namaste.